Hi. Starting a little early just to make sure everything's working. It does seem to be so far. Okay, we're gonna try for probably around an hour stream, maybe. I know it's a little early. Well, about 5 minutes earlier. That's my first time streaming on YouTube. I've streamed a few times over on Twitch, but thought I'd give YouTube a try for this one. Ooh, hold on, let me see. Greetings. Oh, great. Thank you, Linda. Glad to see you here. Let me know if my sound ever is being weird. I asked one of my friends who does a lot of audio engineering stuff to help me out a little bit with some of the mic settings, so I'm hoping it's going okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start, just because I am planning to upload this as a VOD, so people can, find it afterwards. One of the first things that I did want to go over is prospecting. And I did use creative to give myself some stuff. This is a brand new world that I just generated. I've got no idea where anything is, but I'm just gonna kind of hop around and do a little bit of prospecting to kind of see where stuff is, and then we'll kind of actually find the vein. I think finding the ore veins is what a lot of people tend to struggle with. So we'll do that. Hello, so we got a couple more viewers. My internet might be having some issues. Sorry, I live in the middle of nowhere. I have terrible internet, so this will probably be a short stream. We'll see what we can do with it. Let me get an example. Okay. So we've got some magnetite, bismuth, and copper. Okay, we'll just run around a little bit more. We'll just try to find something to go after, either some iron or some copper, and then we'll kind of go into it. I think most people are generally okay with doing this part, just like the heat map part. But once you're trying to find the actual vein, I think that's where some people can get a little stuck. So that's the part we're going to focus on. Got a little more copper over here. I'm hopping around. I do like this, what is it called? The claystone. I think it's really pretty. Oops. Oops. Yeah. Down here. Okay. I mean, we're still getting some pretty poor readings. We'll keep running around. Ooh, pig. Okay. Let's do it here. Here's some water. I'm not sure if it's rapids or not. Down here. I found that when I'm prospecting, generally 3 blocks away usually does pretty good. Okay, we're getting some more bismuth. Is what you generally need to get that going. Ooh! Got some spicy water. Woo! Always fun to hop in the spicy water. Okay. This. Oops. Yeah, and I did give myself just some iron tools. Make things a little bit faster than if we did this with copper tools. Ooh, decent bismuth. Okay, we can use this. All right. So we're gonna be looking for bismuth over here. It looks like there's some other stuff we may or may not want, but when I'm going in for an ore, this is what I like to have on me, is a water bucket and either a lantern or an oil lamp. A torch is going to go out as soon as you jump in the water with a torch, right? So you need something that's not going to go out water. Yeah, the polished stones look really good too. Chalk is beautiful. Yes, very hot water. But what I did here is I just dug down one so that the water had somewhere to go and it's not going to flow out. So now I've got this nice little water column, and I do try to have at least 2 blocks to get out. In this case, I've got 3, so that should be more than enough. And we've got this decent reading on bismuth, so we're gonna try to find some bismuth. Ooh, I forgot to give myself a Falx blade, so all of my tools are in the wrong spot. Okay, here we go. So now, because my exit hole is over here, I'm gonna just face this direction as I mine straight down. And then anytime I decide I need to make a air hole, I'll do it on the same side that my exit hole is on, just so that I can swim upwards more easily, and then just pop right out. Okay, so next thing is that I want to switch my pick over from density search, far mode. This is searching to see how much ore is in the area, to node search, just close mode, right? We want to see what is around it. Now, because this is a new world, and I forgot to change it, this prospecting pick is set to the default, which is going to be a 6-block radius. So in that, around that block, in that 6-block radius around that block I just broke, there's trace amounts of flint. We're not really looking for flint, so we're gonna not worry about it and just keep going down until we start getting some readings on bismuth, because that's what we're going to be looking for today. Now, one thing about this straight dig down strategy, oh, it's just granite. I thought it was chalk for a second. About the straight dig down strategy is that you can, like if it opens up into a cave, you can just fall down and like not have a good time at all. So when I am going down, if I'm worried about that, I'll just press space a bunch of times. So like I'm just doing space, 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 space. And it kind of gets you hovering or fluttering above where the next block is. And that way, if there's something below, or if there's nothing below and the ground gives way, you've got some time to react. All right, no ore found. So we're just gonna keep going down. I usually go down about 10 blocks. That's when I have my node search turned to 8, what I prefer. This is 6. I'm gonna probably just go down about 8 blocks or so. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then I'll make a hole down. Done. All right, we'll just keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is a process. Like this can take some time. And I mean, we did start at a pretty high elevation. We're just now sub 100. So we might have to go down pretty far. Go. Still nothing. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot that came up on the, when we were doing the density search. Wasn't much there. So, it might be a while before we find anything, but that's part of the process, and that's kind of what I wanted to show, is that it can take some time to do this. It's very repetitive. Usually I'm watching something on my other screen instead of to, you know, help pass the time. More. Ooh, look at that. There's huge quartz. That's nice. We're not looking for quartz, but we're gonna dig through some quartz. Great. That's nice. We were looking for quartz. That would have been awesome. Quartz does not show up on the density search, the far search. It will only show up on the node, the close mode search. Sometimes I do wish quartz would show up on the density search, but it does come up often enough that I usually don't have a terribly hard time finding it. Yeah, it is hot and cold. Yeah, you're right. You're playing hot and cold with yourself, right? Yourself in the ore. Like, are you close now? Am I close now? Am I close now? It's it can be very time consuming, and it's definitely can be frustrating at first, but you just kind of gotta, you know. Ooh, okay, so now oh, was that something? No. Okay, it's just an andesite block that looked weird. So another thing, which I didn't think about while we were up in the granite, I didn't think about doing this, is that some ores only show up in certain rock types. So after we do this, we'll check that real quick. Okay, nothing there. Is this? See if we can find what rock types bismuth. Okay, so it looks like it can be in slate, phyllite. This is probably andesite. Yeah, andesite. Granite. Okay, so it can be in granite. So I was kind of curious. I was wondering if it could even be in granite, but it looks like it can. So that's another thing you can check to see, you know, if you're in a bunch of andesite, it could be that ore doesn't show up in andesite, although pretty much everything goes in andesite, I'm pretty sure. So like maybe sandstone or something, a little more or less common. All right, we're actually almost down to the mantle at this point. You can see we're down at 6. So this is, we're probably not going to find it in this pokey hole, and we'll have to do another one. Eat up real quick. All right, nothing. Yeah, so I'm going to assume, I'm just going to go down to the mantle in case you've never been down to the mantle. That's what this looks like. Requires tool tier 196 ? To break. Can't do. So we're just going to hop out of this downhole, and then we'll go find another place, and we'll go dig down there. We did find some quartz, which is nice. Didn't find any trace of bismuth. We did find a trace of flint. Oh, we're not looking for flint. Going. Hi. My cat is standing in front of the monitor. Hi, buddy. Can you get off? He knocked it for my water. Hold on. Get my water bottle. Oh. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that we're, I guess I would probably do about 10 or 12 blocks away from this, since this this pickaxe is set to do 6 blocks radius. We definitely don't want to be within 6 blocks of this downhole. So we should go a little bit further out. Kind of go, maybe just go over here. It's far enough away? Yeah, I think this is far enough away. So I go down. And we're gonna go down again. We'll do an air hole up here real quick just to get a top reading. And when we were actually, when we were looking at bismuth earlier, I don't think I saw claystone. Double check. Medium, bismuth, chunk. Yeah, I don't see claystone in here, so I don't think bismuth can be in claystone. So we're just gonna dig straight through this claystone. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of ores, oh, here's slate. It can be in slate. A lot of ores look really pretty in chalk. I've been collecting some ores to put in my museum in my single player. Like, it there are some ores that are just really pretty. And I just want to save them in the block. That granite always gets me. Wait, is it chalk? Keep going down. I forgot to count, so I'm just gonna make a hole here. Nothing there. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, let's go a little bit further. Right, still nothing. Yeah, this is must be a. It's got to be around here somewhere. We might need to go west a little bit on the other side of this little hill, maybe. Now we are just under 100. We're at 97. Ooh, our temporal stability is starting to go down, so that means we're gonna probably have to get out of here. We'll have to stay above ground for a little bit after this hole if we don't find anything. Even if we do find something, we're gonna have to get out and then go back up to the surface and kind of run around a little bit until we can find a temporally stable area. Nothing. Okay. The other copper variant that is a greenish color. Yes, the malachite. Oh my god. Yes, I'm playing in a little server with a couple of my friends. And I found some in, I think it was in limestone. It's malachite and limestone. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I did get a few blocks of that to keep as well. It was so pretty. Okay, but we did just find trace amounts of bismuth from this block right here. So the first thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out to the right. I'm going to consider this right, front, left. I'm gonna dig 4 blocks, 2, 3, 4, and then on that 5th block, I'm gonna do another prospect. This is gonna help me, hopefully, try and see what direction the bismuth is in. So we got no ore node that way. So towards the north, no ore. So a lower reading to the north. Now we're gonna go this way, so no ore, okay. And then we're gonna go this way, or okay, no ore. So I found, when I mined that block right there, I got trace, nothing from these. So I'm going to take a quick guess that it's probably below us, just because there's none in these directions. We could circle around here and check this east direction as well real quick. And 1, 2, 4. I'm just got a feeling. Oh, there it is. I had a feeling that it was below us, but nope, it's right there. So this one is kind of hard to see in the granite, but you can see the little green flecks in the rock. And that's the bismuth ore. So that was just one bit. So that was one rich chunk. Okay, but all right, and so down. So I'm gonna keep that open, but let's just see if we go down a little bit more down here. So one more. Then if we try to do this again, 3, 4, just see if we can find any hints of it down here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it is all on the other side then. Oh, see if we find anything. If we don't find anything on this side, yeah, then yeah, it sounds like it might be all on the other side, on the other side of our water tunnel. Yeah, okay. And how much we do right here? None. So there's none here. Okay, so it is up here. So if we had found none down there, like that's where I was gonna go, then yeah, we would have to bounce back up. Looks, I feel like these are just little flecks of it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Medium amounts, okay. This is 2. There's more. There's more. There it is. 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I think this is the vein right here. Yeah. Yep. So you can see we had medium from there. If we had gone over this way, 1, 2, 3, 5. Small amounts. So if this was medium, small, I would have gone in this direction. If they're gone this way, right? Kind of break this up, and then you can do pokey holes. So I do skip 2, and then I would do a pokey hole this way, and you'd find it there. That one looks really... All right, I need to, I'm gonna get a little bit more of this, but then we gotta get out of here because our temporal stability is pretty low. Okay, but, yeah, so we do have a few more viewers here. I'm not sure if anybody has any further questions on that one. If not, we'll hop out of here and we'll play around with some other stuff. There's honestly no point in me getting this. I don't need it. I'm never coming back to this world. I just enjoy collecting the ores. Okay. All right. Great. So anyway, that's the method. As Linda mentioned, it is like it's a hot and cold game. Like you're taking samples and you got to take them in a methodical way so you can see it's a stronger, hotter thing over here than it is over there. So I need to mine in this certain direction where I'm getting higher readings. And if you're getting readings that they're all like medium, or like it's large, but what it's all the same, usually that means it's above or below you. You can do that, above or below. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to creative real quick while we figure out what to do next. Let me see. Did anybody have any tips that they wanted to share? Or ideas? I do have the overlay mod that I've been talking to some people about, and there were some questions on that, and I'll just kind of show how the overlay mod works, the block overlay mod. Yeah, it's very rewarding. It's awesome. It's definitely something that I do enjoy. I like the methodical way of going about it, and just the rationale you have to use to get through it. Yeah, okay. So this mod, yeah, we'll talk about the overlay mod then. So this is the block overlay mod. I did use this to check for certain things in the seed that I'm using for my current long-term world. About like a month before I started my new long-term world, I use it to make sure like bauxite, limestone, or chalk, and just some other stuff were close. So to get this little panel to show up, once it's installed, obviously you gotta go install the mod. Once it's installed, you use Control plus right bracket, like this right bracket, the right flat bracket, and then this will pop up, and then you can choose a block that you want to look for. So if I want to look for halite, we want to look for halite rock. We're just going to add that as an active target and hit scan. Now it's going to think about it. It looks like, oops, am I not in creative anymore? Oh, I'm in creative. Oh, thank you. It looks like it didn't find any halite rock here. I am going to teleport myself. Let's do like -1,000 or something, and we'll scan it again. Oh, those are mushrooms. I couldn't figure out what that was for a second. It's like, what is that? Scan comes up. Not fine. Granite always gets me. I always think it's like chalk or limestone. But let me show real quick what it should, if it finds the thing, since we see some of these here. Let's add shale rock. There it goes. So if it does find it, it highlights it, right? So all of this is shale. So you can see all the shale rock here. I'm going to remove that because that's going to kill my computer. So my computer made a funny noise as soon as I hit I'm sure the bit rate just like tanked a little bit. I'm not seeing any halite. Is this bauxite? It is. Okay. Yeah, so this world is having trouble finding halite rock. But I'm going to add limestone, rock, chalk, rock, this list. Not going to find any. Fine. We'll just teleport around a little bit. We'll go in a different, oops, wrong way. We can go in another direction. We're not finding anything. Whatever direction we're going. Oh, I'm falling. Okay. All right, what is this? It found something. Limestone. Okay, so it found limestone. So underneath here is we'll be able to find limestone. There it is, limestone rock. So limestone can be checked off the list if I was like making sure, limestone bauxite can be checked off the list if I was like, say, asking is this a good long-term world. Still haven't found halite though. Let's just go the other direction. Up there. But I do recommend this mod for if you're, oh look, there it is. If you're new to the game and you're doing that whole like pokey hole thing and you can't find it, you're getting frustrated, use this to help you get started, just to see how close you are getting with your prospecting and stuff. But here's the forget which clip, thank you. But here's the halite. Oh, there's more halite. Okay, so we were just going a bunch of halite over here in this direction. Not in the other direction. That's great. So yeah, that's how the overlay mod for this. Right. I was also going to go over a little bit of animal husbandry things as well, unless anybody has anything else they were interested in talking about or learning about. Just go find a space. Okay. All right, so, ooh, showing the health. I wonder if that's because I'm in creative mode. I don't think that's normal. Yeah. For your next long-term world, I do highly recommend using this mod because it does make it go so much faster. Like I wasn't using it at first, but when you're like, hey, I want to start a world that I know I'm going to use for like, 400 or 500 hours. I want to make sure I can find the stuff within, 2 or 3, 5,000 blocks, however far out you want to go. It is very helpful. Very helpful for seed checking. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can, I don't know, in creative mode, can you just like spawn entities or let's just curious. Okay, yes, you can just spawn. All right. That's kind of all right. Anyway, I do just want to talk a little bit about the about like I guess mating and feeding of the animals. So when you are first getting into animal husbandry, obviously you need like the female and a male, and for pigs it's a boar and a sow, rams and ewes for goats, and I usually try to have 3 to 4 females for every male. It is funnier to throw them out there. Yeah, I do like the way this looks. Look at that. That looks just funny. But whatever ratio works the best for you. With these new pigs though, man, they hit like a truck. So I've been struggling a little bit with that in my world. They've been murdering me. But you can see when I look at this sow, it says several days left before ready to mate. That means if we, captured these pigs, these specific pigs, put them in a pen, put a trough in there, and put like onions or turnips, something that the pigs would eat, they would eat it, but it wouldn't really matter because they're not ready to mate. Once they're ready to mate, is when they really need to eat. So they need 10 portions of food before they're ready to mate. The males like don't, I guess they technically don't need food if you don't want to role play, you know, feeding them all. But the females need 10 portions, and it'll say like portions eaten 1, portions eaten 5, however many they've eaten. And once they get to 10, then they'll be ready to mate, and then they can mate. And then I honestly don't know how many days it takes for gestation. I think it's about 20 days though, because I play on 20-day months, and usually I can get pigs like every month-ish if the feedings time out in a good way. So that's true for like the big animals like pigs and goats and sheep. They all need 10 portions before they're ready to before they can mate. Once they've eaten 10 portions, then they can mate. Chickens are a little bit different. I think it's 3 or 4. I can't really remember the exact number, but hens need 3 or 4 portions in order to lay an egg. And then they also need a hen box to lay the eggs in. You need to give them a little hen box. And they'll lay 3 eggs in there. Once 3 eggs are in there, then a hen needs to be broody in order to sit on the eggs, and the eggs need to be sat on for a total of 5 hours for them to hatch. And for a hen to be broody, she needs to be ready to lay. So she needs 3 or 4 portions of seed in order to be ready to lay, and it'll say ready to lay in their little like info box, and whatever you call it in the top center. Their info box will say ready to lay, and that means they're broody and they'll sit on them. And when you're starting out with chickens, they're so skittish, man. If you get anywhere close to the hen boxes, they'll jump out of the hen box and run away, and it'll stop any progression on your eggs. So you'll want to kind of make sure your hen pen is kind of away from your normal everyday stuff, and only check on them every now and then so that they can have some time to lay on the eggs. And sometimes they will just have an egg outside of the hen box even if they've laid on the eggs for a few hours. I don't know what causes that, honestly. They'll just randomly have an egg outside of it, and then you got to feed them again to get them to be ready to lay and broody again. I do also recommend looking up which animals can be bred. In my last world, I tried to breed moose and only found out after I captured them that you can't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the chickens don't even have to see you. The further away, the better, so you don't scare them. Just go about daily stuff. Yeah, yeah, it can be a totally solid wall, and if they hear you, they're like, "Oh my god!" They'll just jump out of the box. It's terrible. But okay. Those were the 3 main things that I had to go over. If anybody has anything else any tips they want to bring up, we can talk about them, or any questions, we can try to figure that out. If not, we might end a little bit early. We're pretty efficient finding that bismuth. I wasn't really sure how long the prospecting thing would take, but we found it on the second water hole, so that was pretty great. Checking out this sweet terrain generation over here. Do really love the views that you can get in Vintage Story. Ugh, look at this. Woo! Yes, you can throw rocks at drifters. Yes. Yes, you can throw rocks at pretty much anything as well. Before some we're gonna poke a bear, we might die. But oops, creative survival. Before I get if I have a bear in a pit before I have a spear, you can throw rocks at bears too. Any animal. It might kill me. But yes, you can use rocks as projectiles before you have, bow and arrow or a spear or anything like that. In a pinch, rocks can be very helpful to throw. And you just need to have them in your hotbar, right click, hold, and then release. And I'll throw them. Just like a drifter. You can throw them right back at the drifters. Uh-oh. I think we angered the bear. Getting over here. All right. Any other fun tips or tricks anybody wants to share? Oop. Okay. Yeah, no worries. We might, oh, there's a wolf. We might do this again in the future. If I come across any other questions, like a good group of questions to have, because I do like the sharing knowledge mentality. Like, Linda, you've shared a lot of stuff with me in the comments, and I really appreciate that. Oh, yes, gates. Yes, using gates for your doors. Before you have a saw, you can use gates. Let me get gates. Gates. Because these don't break, right? They don't, because a crude door will randomly break on you. This. Oop. There you go. You can just use that instead of a door. I guess technically you could do two of them too, if you needed to. Like one here and one up there. Try eat. I don't die. All right. Yeah, they break at the worst times. Like it's so awful. Honestly, sometimes I skip the crude door and I just rebuild with with dirt every time. Yeah. Yeah. The crude doors aren't the greatest. Oh, I need to be back in here. Oops. Crude door out. Go. And then we'll do another wattle gate just so we can see. Oopsies. Oop. Right all over there. Okay. There you go. That's great. That versus a crude door, which will, yep, right there, broke. But these won't break. So it's very helpful. Okay, my computer is starting to make some slightly concerning noises. So I do think I'm gonna have to call it there a little bit early. I'll try to get my computer a little bit happier for next time, but I would like to do another knowledge share again in the future. I appreciate everybody who was able to join, even the lurkers. I see some lurkers in there. Thank you guys for coming. I will definitely upload this as a VOD to use as, a knowledge sharing place. All right. Thanks, everyone.